Got live disco biscuits. Here we go. We're in the dark. Now we're going to be in the light. We're here. Welcome to another edition of Oktane Minutes Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe if you like what's going on. Few things. Sponsored by the only sponsor is the one that I sponsor. It is the Saba Sun Click. And it is the Bandcamp, right? It is. The various albums, Apex Dominant, For Righteous Killers, Apex Dominant 2, and we have the latest release, but not the last, of course, hopefully, the White Tiger Wars, and you know if it don't have the White Tiger on it, it is not official. It is not official. I just dropped a big, massive collective episode, Omnibus 1, which is basically the whole first season of the first 9 episodes, which is Slight Detour, the Slight Detour album that I covered, and it's just in one big collective pile. So if you get 2 hours to kill, or if you want some ambiance, feel free to get in on that and give yourself a listen, right? I'm going to look for some other options for the channel and take the audio versions and probably put them on a podcast. Use my podcasting options. If you see me twitching around, I did wrestle last Saturday and I am hurting still. When you're 43, things take a long time to heal. But yeah, I'm looking at some other options to do a podcast, because this is a long time coming, maybe a 3 or 4 year thing, just trying to figure out what I need to do and how to get around on things. And like I said, just give me time. I'm just a big old bullshitter. Give me some time to put some things together, because I will eventually up the production value of said podcast, Oktane Minutes Podcast, and or Dragon's Lair, which is one and the same studio. It's just that Dragon's Lair has co-hosts. This one is just me for 15, 25 minutes. If I go 30, I go 30 if I'm really cooking. Then we do that. So, what we're going to do. So, we already covered Jokers in the Card Game. Episode 44, we are going to keep it business. That's what the song's called We Keep It Business. And produced by me. You don't need to know the story, because it's a heroine tale of gangstativity. And the songs speak for themselves. Also guaranteed car tested approved. If you want the CD, I have very limited number left. But after that, I have a dropship site that you can get it directly from. And all of that is in the bios. Probably in the description of the YouTube. You know, if you're looking at it on Visual World or Audio World. Audio World will have music. This here, you just have old computer sound and special effects off of the... It's really guerrilla camp for me right now. Which I like. I like the raw and gritty. Because I don't do interviews. It's not that people are checking for me, but I'm not doing interviews. This is how you're going to see how I think about things. So whatever comes to mind. It's just a stream of consciousness, and I really just want to just wax poetic for y'all. So, in today's politics, per Tariq Nasheed and per Alex Jones, per Tim Pool, more so Tariq Nasheed, you know, you have a lot of the left having these riots and protests about what's happening, mainly about USAID and about the missing money. There is alleged $4 billion. I don't know. $4 billion that popped up missing. A lot of money's gone missing. They said Ukraine had money that went missing. I doubt that. Because the one thing I also want to make note of, because I don't really want to play politics sides. I'm not left-wing biased, and I'm definitely not right-wing biased. I just kind of look at things with a lens, and Those who choose to partake in this podcast can feel free to voice your opinion. That's what we're here for. We're here to have a friendly dialogue, friendly game of baseball. That's all we're playing. We're not trying to be political opponents. We're not going to play the gotcha game. If you have a perspective to share with me, by all means, feel free to. Unless it's John Cena disrespect and Darnell Anderson, I will not tolerate John Cena disrespect. Anyway, side note. Yeah, a lot of money went missing. But the left was saying that reparations for the black American community, or as we now like to call ourselves, the foundation of America, the foundational black community, black American community, we've been campaigning and lobbying for the restitution of us being put through basically unpaid labor to build said country, whereas everybody else who were immigrants has benefited off of that unpaid labor, and every other group that has been done wrong throughout the history and duration of America at some point has gotten a level of reparations for damages done, right? Crime bills have been introduced as to, I mean, we've even asked for anti-lynching bills, and the president we thought we could trust, Obama, signs an anti-hate bill for public safety workers. I'm not spitting on my floor. Sorry. This stuff. Anyway, files a crime bill for public safety workers. You can't get mad at the police for something that they signed up for. You sign up for it, and I know it's a hard job, doing law enforcement, being an officer of the court and enforcer of the law. It is a hard job. It is a difficult job. I'm not saying that anybody can do it, but not everybody should do it. It's true. Not everybody can do that. No one is cut out for that type of work. It's a lot different than being a soldier. A soldier sits around maybe for years on end before they see any type of action. Law enforcement, probably even first day in, you're dropped in the middle of a funk, and you gotta be sharp and whatever. You gotta be sharp and on top of your game. So I understand that, but it is a job. Why is a job considered a group that has to warrant a bill for hate crimes? Obama did that. He could have been the reparations president. But, I think these guys chase the... everybody gets bought, man. Everybody has a price in politics. Lobbyists. And there really should be laws against lobbyists taking command of people's policy. I mean, because really it boils down to our politics are really, truly, like I said before, we are going so far right that we are going into feudalism. We're going into technocratic feudalism. And even in the left, there's big tech. Left was controlled by all sorts of corporations, Donald J. Trump is trying things to maybe level the playing field because he is taking DEI. And people keep bringing up things about DEI. DEI never benefited anybody black. Never. Barely. We were last on the list. I'm a black man, in case you don't know. I know some people think I have an unusual look. I am a black man. And yes, my hairline is kind of janky. I am from America. My ancestors are from America. I am foundational. I just got a witness piece. Those in visual world, audio world, you don't know, so I'm just over-explaining myself. But where am I at on my tangent? There has been, there's been a lot of levels of betrayal for the foundational black man. You know, white women have benefited, and I'm not saying no one deserves special treatment in America. We're not asking for special treatment. Not at all. Not at all. We're asking for equal treatment. We're asking for equality. You know? Everybody asks for equality. It's not just us. But the DEI stuff it was more intricate. But I guess the way they're trying to market it to a lot of people to support the breaking up of it is that, you know, they're treating it like it's a monopoly of like big diversity. Really, it wasn't. I mean, diversity ain't just black, white, Chinese, Mexican, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist. No. It's people who live in rural areas. It's people who came home from the war. It's handicapped people. It is people with alternate religious ideologies. You know, DEI benefited Mormons in BFE, Utah. DEI has benefited the Amish on Rumspringa, who said, you know what, I'm not going to return to the Amish world. I'm going to go on about my life, get my education, get a GED, and go into the workforce. But, you know, they might have somebody with a bug up their ass about the Amish. Amish benefit from that policy. Maybe they're doing it because of the immigration thing, and they say that's just a way. Because and then also you got to keep in mind. Remember, I was saying about the other episode, that they're talking about lawfare. So he's also a businessman. Everybody said they wanted a businessman. Now they're complaining. What businessmen do is streamline things to work at its most efficient operational levels. What is the highest level of efficiency we can utilize or we can create without having to utilize the resources at a maximum capacity, right? So whatever resources that we need, we want to use just what we need to maximize where we're going and to what we're trying to do. We don't need extra expenditures. You know, why do we aid a bunch of countries? You know, I can see if you aid in the country and there's a lot of stuff going back to you. Because I heard there was a thing about South Africa not doing business with the United States anymore. But someone said it's proven to be false. The fact checker people could be in on the deep state and working as propaganda. Because, like I said, the one thing about certain people in politics, especially in the, I don't know, it's a good way to say it, not in the tradition, the people in the traditional world, they have a hard time telling lies. But they are very good at showing you the truth, right? The people in the non-traditional world, the people in the world where they tell you that the people in the world where it is, like I said, the brave new world, the golden age world. They are very good, if you notice, and I'm trying to pick words carefully here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm about equality. You know what I'm saying? I'm about using good equality. You know, because good equality can also be bad equality, and it's an equal scale because that's just what it is. Unless you're dealing with the truth of God, and then the truth of God destroys all balances, and He brings only malevolent exaltation. I don't know if that's a word, but the people who are good at lying are great at lying, and the people and the only time they tell the truth is if they are depicted as the victors and or main character of said truth. Those who are in the traditional world, not the techno world, but in the traditional world, the original man's world, The original man doesn't tell lies. He doesn't tell lies well, even if he wanted to, because he doesn't have a need to. The original man will tell you the truth, and not only will he tell you the truth, he'll tell you the truth through how he felt in the moment that it happened. Not just what was revealed in his real eyes, what was seen, but how it went down and if he was there or not. Now that's crazy, right? So, you know, there's a lot of things to be shared in the future. And this is an interesting future outlook that we have, man. That's the thing that's crazy. We're looking at things that we think we need, like OSHA, like organizations like OSHA and the FAA and this, that, and the other different safety organizations. But at the same time, shouldn't that be up to the company and the common sense of people to say, okay, we know what not to do and how to utilize things. You know, not if you work around heavy machinery and you're a crane operator, or you operate heavy machinery like bulldozers and backhoes and boom boom ba boom ba bap, large scale industrial tractors with the osculating blade that goes like on Superman 3. You know not to stand in front of them giant blades, right? Common sense. But it's not so common, man. That is a known fact of the world. But what can you do? You don't need a lot of governing organizations. You just know that you ought do those things. Some of these things, I guess, are there to file lawsuits, but you know, you really don't need the big government monster breathing down your neck to tell you how to do. So, you know, we're living in a world of mass deregulation. All in all. That may be mostly the point of what we're getting to. So, I've already gone further enough. So, shout out to the Saba Sun family. Next episode, I'll name y'all individually like I did before. But be sure to hit up the band camp, and I've got music that's coming out all the time. There's a couple times a year music gets released. So the World Leaders physical copies and all that stuff is dropping May 8th, and I'm not going to tell you when the streaming, but the digital copies are coming May 8th too. So if you want to get it. Me and the Grand Hova are dropping some new-ish. I'm dropping a solo album again called Empire of the Sun. It was going to be called Earth Alchemist, but I was my brother Apreen laced me with some really cool artwork, and I said, yeah, let's go with this option. So I may post the artwork up so you can get a glimpse, but yeah, shout out to Apreen for hooking that up. But yeah, man, we're going to get out of here. We're going to get into the song so you can hear we're going to keep it business. So without further ado, you guys take care, and I'll see y'all next time. Oktane Minutes Podcast. Peace.